Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Book Brood. And we're going to bring you a huge haul here, so we're going to try and go as fast as possible. My favorite series, I finally found book 2 at the used bookstore. Dune Messiah, this is by Frank Herbert. This is the second in the 6 books of the Dune series by Frank Herbert. His son Brian has some more, but I'm not going to read those.
That's really exciting since you have like a ton after that, but you didn't have the second one.
Yeah, so I finally have the second one, so I can finally continue reading the series of my favorite book ever. So.
Very cool. We grabbed some classics. I'm just going to run through them real quick. First of all is this amazing Websters Dictionary that we got for super cheap. And we picked up... Do you want to try and say it?
Le Morte d'Arthur.
Okay. By Sir Thomas Malory, and a beautiful leather-bound edition. Beautiful leather-bound edition of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo.
Beautiful inner page as well.
Which we both want to get to this eventually. And a beautiful copy of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, which is on my list of books I want to read with the children.
And then I'm replacing a paperback with a hardback of Frank Herbert's God Emperor of Dune. This one is the 4th book in the 6th of the series.
Okay, Rachel from Colonnati recommended this book, and this is Swordspoint by Ellen Kushner. And this is a fantasy about swordsmen who are hired to fight each other to solve noblemen's problems. And I am about halfway through it, and I'm really enjoying it.
I found a leather-bound edition of Stranger in a Strange Land by Robert A. Heinlein, and it just has a bit of wear on it, at the pages and then right here. But it was marked down to $12 for a leather-bound edition, so that's really awesome. So I had to replace my paperback with that, of course.
Yeah. Gabby from Gabby Reads recommended this. This is Him by Sarina Bowen and Elle Kennedy. And this is a new adult contemporary romance about 2 male hockey players who fall in love. I know. I'm very excited.
All right, I recollected the Rama series in hardback, and so I finished it with The Garden of Rama by Arthur C. Clarke and Gentry Lee. This is the 3rd in the series, and this was one of my favorite of the series, actually. A lot of people struggled with this one, but I really liked it.
That's the last hardback we needed, right?
Yes, so we have the whole 4 editions in hardback now.
That's fantastic. Erica from The Perks of Books loves this book, and this is Meg by Steve Alten, and I read this a couple months ago. I really, really enjoyed it. It is a mega shark book that terrorizes people, and it sounds really cheesy, but it was really, really good. I actually gave it 5 stars, and they are turning it into a movie with Jason Statham, and I'm just like over the moon excited.
I enjoyed the novelization of All You Need Is Kill so much that I decided I would get the manga because I'm a child and I wanted to see the pictures, and this is written by Hiroshi Sakurazaka, and so I'm excited to get to it. Yeah, it looks fun. Lots of action.
Very fantastic. You'll have to let me know how that goes. Mm-hmm. The next one I picked up is Luck in the Shadows by Lynn Flewelling, and this is a fantasy series, the Night Runner series, book 1, and a man or boy, I'm not sure exactly how old he is taken prisoner, and in prison he meets someone who helps him escape, and he becomes his apprentice, and I think he's like an assassin, and there's like a war looming, and it seems like an epic fantasy, and this has a gay character, I think main character, and it has really good reviews on Goodreads, so I'm excited.
Maybe an assassination starts a war.
That'd be cool.
This is one of my most guilty pleasures ever. It is A Princess of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs. I originally read this on Kindle because it was a free edition on Kindle, but I'm glad I got a hardback now. It has this 80s-rific cover that's like totally, Conan the Barbarian sort of thing, all those 80s warrior movies that came out. The cover art's just perfect on it. It's great. I'm glad I have a hardback of it now.
That's fantastic. I found Uprooted by Naomi Novik, which has mixed reviews on BookTube, but my friend Amy read it and really enjoyed it. And it's about a small village in a forest, and every 10 years a wizard comes and chooses a child to serve him, and in return he protects the village from unknown scary things. And our main character is the one who's chosen, and it sounds interesting.
I hope you enjoy it. Sometimes you and Amy don't enjoy the same things.
Yes, I hope so.
I spoke about how I had trouble with deciding whether to get a 3-part edition of the first 3 books of the Foundation trilogy by Isaac Asimov, and that there was a hardback of the second book too, and there was a book sale at the bookstore, so I had to grab it before anyone else did. So I've got this beautiful hardback edition of
stunning.
Foundation and Empire by Isaac Asimov. It's great. It's mine now, so.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I see now why it's been bothering you for like the last month and a half. I had to go looking for this online because these are out of print, but I started rereading this series. This is Star Wars Jedi Apprentice. This is book number 2, The Dark Rival, by Jude Watson. And I read the series as a child, and I am just so happy that it's holding up, and I'm loving it just as much. It's a middle grade series about Obi-Wan when he is a apprentice to Qui-Gon, and it's fantastic.
2 best characters of the Star Wars series.
Yeah.
All right, this was the last Kurt Vonnegut novel I needed on my list, The Sirens of Titan. I'm actually reading through Cat's Cradle right now. I'm really enjoying that. I've already read Slaughterhouse 5. That is a beautiful book that everyone should read. So yeah, I'm glad to have some more Vonnegut because I'm really enjoying his writing style. I know some people don't enjoy it, but I just really love the way he writes people. They just seem very real.
It's awesome. I found this at a thrift store for like $0.25, and it looked totally up my alley. Star Wars Rebel Force #1 Target by Alex Wheeler. And I really don't know what it's about, but it's Star Wars. It's hard to go wrong.
All right. This one isn't on my list, but it's Ursula K. Le Guin, and she has 3 books on my list, but this is the Earthsea trilogy, all in one hardback here. And this is hailed as her best overall works, at least so far. Who knows if she might do some more work here. But yeah, so I'm glad I have a copy of that. I've enjoyed the one book I've read of her, The Left Hand of Darkness, and so I'm sure I will enjoy this, the Earthsea trilogy as well.
I put the first book on my TBR. I'm going to try.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure you'll like it.
I hope so.
Even though I haven't read it.
I hear good things about it. I found the entire Spiderwick Chronicles. One of our children has the last one out. But these are hardback editions, and I got the whole box set for $7, which is absolutely fantastic. These are by Holly Black, and I love Holly Black's writing. And our oldest is actually halfway through the first one. I'm so excited. You totally called it. These are not intimidating for her. She's just flying through this. They're each about 100 pages long. They're heavily illustrated, and they're just fantastical and wonderful.
It's awesome that she's reading it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and another paperback that I replaced in this one, I haven't read yet, but I love Neil Stephenson. It's An Anthem. So I saw this nice hardback edition at the sale at the bookstore, and so I had to pick it up because I have enjoyed every single thing I have read by Neil Stephenson.
It is beautiful. You should take the cover off.
So it has this nice spine here and nice just NS there. And the inner page is kind of yellow, but it's really nice. It's beautiful even without the dust jacket.
It is.
Even more beautiful.
I think maybe. Yeah, it is gorgeous. And the last one I picked up, and this is Tamara Pierce's First Test, book #1 in the Protector of the Small Quartet. And I read this series and the Alana series, which I think chronologically is before this series, when I was younger, and I really enjoyed them, and I am excited to get back into them because I do eventually want our children to be exposed to these stories. I think for a middle grade series, they deal with a lot of really tough topics, and essentially they are young women who are trying to become knights in a male-dominated time and place, and it's a great... She's got like 4 series or something in the same universe, and they're really good.
Yeah. All right, that is our huge book haul. She'll have another huge book haul coming up here for her birthday book haul.
And then after that, I think we're on a book buying ban for the rest of the year.
I think so. That's a good idea.
Because we've been going crazy.
All right, thanks for sticking with us. Leave us some comments, some likes, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.